Good morning and welcome to the Treehouse. This is Kag with a View from Above tarot reading for Tuesday, September 10th. This morning we are going to be doing a what you need to know, or what we need to know, what would be helpful for us to think, and what would be helpful for us to do on this Tuesday morning. Yesterday's reading was about projects and trying to deal with some of the fears from the old experiences, whether it was childhood or just previous experiences, and really knowing that things were going to need to be managed, and that making good, solid, mature, and adult choices would really bring us a long way into seeing some success in the projects that we were involved in, or the project that the page was involved in. So this morning, as I say, we're going to do the what do we need to know, what do we need to think, and what do we need to do reading. May be connected to yesterday and may not be. If you do have a question in mind, kind of bring it up right now, and hopefully one of the many cards will speak to you in a positive way. Just remember that this is a reflective, or I'm sorry, a reading for the collective, and so it's not going to be valid for everyone. So take what resonates for you and leave the rest. So we're ready to go here. Here is what would be helpful for us to know. This is what would be helpful for us to think. And this is what would be helpful for us to do. And the Merryweather card. All right. What would be helpful for us to know this morning? I just want to remind you that this is a different deck altogether. And the Queen of Cups was in our unconscious yesterday, and it is in our what do we need to know primary card this morning. So again, she is the most intuitive of the queens. She is also the one who knows about self-care. How do we take care of ourselves? And she is also the one who is the most intuitive about others. So on her darker side, she tends to be a little self-centered and can be a bit of a drama queen. And so not sure what it is that we need to know about her, but that's kind of the high view of what that card is about. So what do we need to be thinking about today? And we have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is the most, what's the word that I would use? He's moving really fast. And his poor horse is looking back at him like, are you nuts? So as I think about what we need to be thinking about, the question that always comes up for me with this card is, are we going too fast? Do we need to slow down a little bit? He is on a mission. Knights are action. Sometimes he can be a little rushed and can make decisions that perhaps aren't as considered as they might be. So let's look at the do card. What do we need to do today? And we have here the Wounded Warrior. This is the fellow who has been through the war. He understands exactly what happened. He is a little worse for wear. He's constructed a huge boundary to protect himself, and he's watching for more bad stuff to come. He's got a death grip on that wand that he's holding, and has his bandaged head. He's pretty sad, but he is protected by the boundaries that he has enacted. He probably knows exactly what he needs. Sometimes this is also a card of, do you really need all those boundaries, or are you really able to take care of yourself without having to be so defended? So let's go back and look at our intuitional queen here, Queen of Cups. So the Two of Wands is making plans that are free. This wand is free. And some that we can't really change a lot, because this one is bolted to the side of the parapet. And there is another card from yesterday, the card of disappointment. So it feels to me like these readings may be connected. So disappointment is about these three cards. And as he is folded up like a fan looking down at those three cards, he is missing this opportunity that the holy or the universe is extending to him. Sometimes I think this card can also mean you don't have to accept it. You don't have to do it. Just because it's offered to you doesn't mean you have to do it. And perhaps there is a connection to looking at these plans out here. Something is being thought about, and perhaps there's a need to look at it from maybe I don't want to. Maybe I don't want to. The Queen is really very versed in knowing her own feelings. And so as you're thinking about whatever these plans are, perhaps your feelings are giving us, or our feelings are giving us a little wisdom about, is it going to be worth taking that fourth cup? What's it going to cost us to do that? So if we move over to thinking again, the knight is moving at breakneck speed, and his horse isn't real happy about it. So this is our think triad here. And as we are thinking about rushing into this, we have two really deep cards. So this is the Hermit. This is the guy that lives on top of the mountain, who has all the wisdom that he knows based on the experiences that he has lived. And we also have the High Priestess, and she is the one who knows deeply her own intuition. These cards are very deeply related. She is the most intuitional of the queens, and the High Priestess is the one who basically knows the secrets of the internal universe. So as we think about what this choice might be, and if there is something here you want to accept, I guess the warning would be for us not to move into this too fast. And this is our thinking, right? Don't move into this too fast, but we really have to consult the wisdom, the external wisdom of experience, as well as the internal knowing of what's best for us. The Do card is about somebody who has been through the war. So the experience that this guy has had has left him with boundaries, with a bandage, and with a lot more knowledge than he had before. He knows a lot more at this end of the war than he did in the beginning. And we have the Six of Swords, which is the card of moving from rough waters into calmer waters to a place over here that we cannot see. And this is the card of abundance, the Ten of Pentacles, the card of having achieved the abundance of resources in our life, whether this is family, friends, home, job, garden, goodies, the stuff in our garage, our intentions, our wisdom, everything. That is the abundance here of what we have. So let's just kind of look here and see what we've got for energy-wise. We have two wands. We have two cups. We have two swords. We have one pentacle, and we have two major arcana. So if we look at this questioning of our own feelings and an urge to go really fast with a caution not to do so, and some experience that has left us wounded but wiser, this feels like a pause to me, another pause. We had a pause last week also. Is this going to be the right offering? Does it fit into our plans? How do we feel about this? There's an urge to go do this really quickly with the caution to really look at some external wisdom and some internal wisdom before moving forward. And lastly, the doing is to let's evaluate. Let's stay prepared. Let's think about moving out of this sort of rocky water, I shouldn't say rocky, but very agitated water into someplace a little bit calmer, and use all the resources at hand to make those decisions. Meriwether says, And we had this card yesterday as well. So interesting. This is a different deck. Something that has happened in the past is really overshadowing what's happening here. Something you feel deeply about, something you think you have to hurry up and do with the caution of maybe this isn't the right thing to do. This is another pause. We said yesterday it was about making wise choices, and something has really gotten in the way here. And my sense of that is that moving too fast is only going to get us to the same place that we have always been before. So let's take a step back. Let's think about the plans. Let's look again at this offer. Use our external wisdom from our own experience, our internal wisdom of knowing what we most want, need, and feel. And think about how we can move from this turbulent water into something a little more placid, and manage all of the resources that we've got. This is really about some old experience that has left us feeling wounded. So that is what I have for us today here at the Treehouse. 3 cups, as I said this before, 2 wands, 2 swords, the pentacles. Again, the pentacles, this 10 of Pentacles is the end of an effort. And so perhaps being at the end of this project is leaving us feeling a little unmoored and not quite knowing what to do next. So hopefully this reading was helpful. And if it was, please like, share, and subscribe. And I invite you to come back again tomorrow here at the Treehouse for another View from Above tarot reading. And we'll see if this story continues to unfold or if we'll get a brand new book. Blessings.